Okay, if we're trying to attack top banana right away at the beginning of the round, and I don't have the good spawn to be the entry player, I can still make use of myself by throwing some support nades at top banana, like a smoke and or a flash or two. And I'm trying to get this off so that it's safe for our guys, and the timing is correct, so that the earliest this guy could be here to be attacking my guys, right at that moment when he could be peeking them, is right about when that flash should be popping. For my testing, that's about the 10.5 second mark into the round. So that's what I'm going for. So that first flash is popping somewhere between 10.5 and 11 seconds into the round, ideally. And I can pull off that timing if I get a decent spawn with that combo I just showed, or this combo over here at the stairs. All right, throw this smoke and then just hop up on the railing and do a couple quick flashes right after each other. That's perfect. That's about the same kind of flash. I'll go over that in a second. But the timing here would be this smoke will bloom at about 12 seconds into the round. And that first flash should pop somewhere around 10.5 seconds, unless I hesitate a little bit or I'm a little slower. And I'll just go over the flashes now. This first one, let me just save it. I'm aiming at the height of the top of this brick here, the one with the line in it, and then shift walk forward and jump throw at the height of the bottom of the brick. And I'm aiming with the off to the right, put the left edge of my crosshair on the edge of the brick there, about like that, to get the perfect placement. And that's nice and safe for our guys. Doesn't flash them at all until they're like out to here. This is the worst they could be flashed, is like far off to the right, looking to the left, as far left as they could be looking. And it's only a small area, yeah, and then they're not really flashed at all anywhere else. So very safe for my guys. And if I get the timing right, this is what it should look like for them. This guy be coming here to peek my guys and get some flash. Or if he's a little further back, he's still going to get a little bit of flash. And obviously, if he's closer up, he'll get even more. If he's up to here. So I can do that one, or I can do this one up here where I jump up onto the railing. And I'm aiming just right about here, just to the... just no further, no lower than the bottom of this gray stuff on the wall above the window right here. So right about there, maybe a tiny bit higher, just so I don't hit this roof up here. Because I want to get it as far out there as I can without hitting that roof. And that's about what I'm going for right there. You can get two of them out real quick within a second and a half of each other. And that's about the same kind of placement. Just for comparison, it's basically the exact kind of effect. It doesn't go quite as far as the other one, but it's a little lower and a little bit more in the right direction, so it's pretty much a wash, and they're just about the same as far as effectiveness for top banana. Now this other one that I throw, I'll just show it first because I use my Viewmodel to line it up quickly. And this one has the exact same effect as that first flash, but it has some advantages too. So aiming just to the corner of that building and then up to about this height here, I use my Viewmodel, my desktop Viewmodel, to put the top of the ring of the flashbang right onto the bottom of this cross and the top of the bell tower there. So I just aim like that real quick. So I can do that real fast and get in a position, and then I jump throw as I'm just getting past the that wall there, just starting to come up these steps. That's how I know I'm throwing it just the last second possible to get it out as far as possible. And this one doesn't really bother my guys at all because it's just so far out of their way. It's never going to have any significant effect on them. And it's the same for back here. In fact, it gets a little further back here. Not that it matters. It doesn't really do much, but it has the same effect on these guys up here. And it's even better for mid-round because it's way better for guys up here. Like, they're still going to get really flashed. And those other kind of flashes aren't quite as good for that purpose. Okay, so the timing for this one here, I have to have a decent spawn to get this one off with enough time, you know, at the right time. I have to have a decent spawn for that. If I have the worst spawn possible, like way back here, I can still get the shift walking throw and the other one off in time. If I'm just doing them and not the smokes, obviously. Okay, so that's the flashes. Moving on to the smokes. Come here, smoke the entrance to B by aiming right about here. The top middle of that flower here. Or I can aim up like just exactly where that bullet hole is right there. Just to the, you can aim right at the corner of this line at the edge of the chimney, and then down and left a little bit. It's basically the same. But I like to just aim right at the top middle of that flower. It's nice and easy. And that'll block off this choke point perfectly. Take away this angle so they can't be using this to defend top banana against my guys. And the timing on this one is it'd be down in 13.5 seconds into the round, as far as what I remember. And actually I can do the same thing from the other side of the barrel if I needed to for whatever reason. I just aim off to the right of this part of the chimney right here. I put the left edge of my crosshair just kind of overlapping it about like that is perfect. And that's the same placement. Okay, one more smoke is this one over here at the stairs. I'm just aiming right at the top of this rafter right about here. Right about here is what I'm going for, right in this area. And I can use the jump to just get up onto the railing and do my flashes right afterwards too. Yeah, 12 seconds this should be down, and it'll block off, perfectly block off either side completely. Yeah, it's okay. So that's all the support stuff. If I want to be if I got the good spawn, which is I think right about here somewhere, then I can be the entry player. I'll go at the 0 mark, and so I can get a flash off real quick if I need to, and this can have the same effect if I do everything fast and have the good spawn. And so you don't want to hit that wall, Franny, but as long as you don't hit the wall, you're going to get this off just in time. So that, again, this guy would be right about here, just about where he could be peeking me when that flashes, or when that pops. Just show what I'm doing and save it. Come around the corner, not so tight that I bump into this wall and then end up way over here and then screw up what I just did there. Come around a little tighter, or a little wider so I don't bump into that. Then I'm aiming right about here. Middle of the balcony. That's one side, that's the other side, that's the middle. That's where I'm aiming. And just get it off real quick so that it's not going to flash me. It might flash this guy off this angle here real quick, at least where he's got to turn away. But most importantly, this guy would be running up. He'll see it coming, maybe he'll come over here, and at least it won't get a shot at me from this good spot right away, so I can at least get up to here. I'll see him, I'll know he's coming here, or I'll know he's not there, and then I can come up here and deal with everybody else who's, maybe they see it coming and they got to like turn away and then come up here, and then we're all re-peeking into each other. Nobody's waiting on me on a corner. So worst case scenario, I'm at least up to this point, I'm all at even footing with everybody, with my enemies. Is what I'm going for there. Okay, so the molly and the nade, pretty easy. Just got to be paying attention to your height and the aim. The molly especially, just because I want to be able to do this every time at the beginning of the round if I need to. So I just, again, swing around the wall wide enough so I don't bump into this thing and it screws up my my positioning. Come around the corner, and I'm just aiming to the right of the top of that left bit of scaffolding, so somewhere around there. And I keep my crosshair there until I throw at that height. And it's just going to do what I need it to do immediately every time. Same thing with the nade, except with the nade, I'm only concerned with the height. I don't really care if it goes a little too far right and misses the board here, because that's almost even better. I'm not worried about a guy being all the way over here where he wouldn't be affected. Because he couldn't be there if I'm throwing that immediately. The worst he could be is like over here. Yeah, that's all of it then, I guess. I mean, nothing fancy about that flash, but it does do the job with the proper timing if you got the good spawn. To better show the timings of all this stuff, I recorded it from multiple perspectives. Like top left here is my entry player, top right is the support player throwing that support combo, and then the bottom is CTs from their perspectives. And okay, so he's throwing his first flash just now, the support guy, and this flash isn't out yet, so the flash on this screen will be a little bit behind what it would really be like. And same thing here, actually. Yeah, this guy's already thrown it, and he's just throwing it now. So let's just track it. Right about here, my flash is just about to pop. This guy's just about to peek me right here. This guy's just about to get vision of same thing. They're at the same spot, obviously. But this flash was a little bit ahead of the entry flash, so this guy should probably be getting flashed at this exact instant right here. And my flash is just going off. Let's see, get exactly. So right here is where my flash pops. This is where he'd be when my flash goes off. In reality, on this it's a little bit behind, but you can see the timings there. And there are 47 seconds left, and the smoke is up. That's where I'm getting my 13.5 seconds. So that's the timings. I guess I'll just play it through one time, uninterrupted. Yeah, they won't have much of a peek on my guy and Banana with that stuff. Okay.